Hi everyone, it's Suzanne here again, and I have a really cute little project for us today. It's just a teeny tiny little box. Well, actually it's a sizable box actually, with a little lid, and it opens up the top. And I'll give you the measurements on this guy. It is 5.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches by 1.5. So maybe some small note cards would actually go in this really well, or you know, a sizable gift. So I'm going to show you how to make it. I'll put that off to the side here a little bit. So handy dandy scoring tool today. A sheet of 11 by 8.5. And this is, I don't know if you can see the little speckles in this. This is called Naturals White. In this, I think I use crumb cake, and I am trying to use up my Fresh Prints DSP because we've got new stuff in. Yay! Love the new catalog. Okay, so scoring on the 8.5 by 11. On the 8.5 side, so the short side, I'm going to score at 1.5 and 7. And then turn it round, and on the long side, we're going to go 3 6/8, or 3 3/4 of an inch. 5 2/8, 9, and 10.5. And that's it for our scoring tool. So, oops, I'm just going to fold and burnish the edges. And this, as you can see, is a nice thick cardstock. I wouldn't normally use Whisper White, which is our normal stamping white page for this, or the card for this, just because it's a little flimsy. And you probably have seen me, I very rarely do projects that just use paper, like the designer series paper. I just find it a little flimsy, and if you're going to go to all the bother of making a box, you're going to want to have it you know, be sturdy enough to hold the gift or whatever. Okay, so this is a really easy belt. I'm just going to snip up all the score lines. Well, to the first score line, I should say. And this little square goes. It's the first video I've made since my vacation, so I'm hoping not to be too slow this time around. All right, actually we don't need to wedge in at all on the middle pieces, but I do like to remove the score line, and on this side as well. Now, on the other box, the lid, I just left a little one, and I think I'm just going to make it slightly bigger this time. So just about in half. Okay, perfect. So the box is going to come together like this, right? Whoops. All fumble fingers today. Okay, so we want that front to wrap around, and I think what I will do, and this is a rule that I always tell you not to do, I don't I only suggest cutting on the flaps, not on, or on the tabs, not on the paper itself, but I'm just trying to remove a little whisper of the score line. Okay, so I'm going to put the DSP on first, or the Designer Series paper, and I'm not going to bore you with me putting snail on it. This is the Fresh Prints again, and I'm using real red in this, and the measurements for this is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then the front and back pieces are 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay, we skip one because that's the bottom, and there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this little baby together, and Tombow is my glue of choice. So this is the front, so this is going to stick everything down, what I'm gluing here right now. And then I'm going to put a little on that side and a little on that side. So we come up and use your work surface to keep your flat work surface to keep everything straight. You can see that. And folding up. And there we go. And you can use your bone folder to squash everything down. It doesn't take long for the glue to set. All right, so I'm going to bring out my little corner rounder. And again, this is not, I always call this contraband because this is not Stampin' Up, but I figured I have a corner rounder, so actually I have two. I have one at 1 inch and one at 1 1/2, and when they're fallen apart or gotten, I will replace them, but not until then. Okay, and oh, I guess I will have to wedge these guys in because they are not closing well. That's better. All right, so box made, hey? Okay, so I'll bring this one back in so you can see how I've done this. Now, I'm not going to pull out my Big Shot. You've probably seen a Big Shot a million times. What I did do is I used this stamp set called Oh My Goodies. It's cute. And as you can see, these deco labels fit cut right over it. So I don't have a magnetic plate yet, so what I actually do is just use a little bit of painter's tape to hold the framelit to the paper. And this was the smallest one that I used. So I wanted something, a color to pop. I did try the red and it just didn't work well for me. So I wanted it to make it a little, you know, give it some personality. So I'm gonna put a couple of dimensionals on there. And then just with my, this is the large oval punch. Fits perfectly. I'm not even going to do any sponging this time around, hey? So, I got this out of Paper Pumpkin, this cotton ribbon. I think you can still get cotton ribbon in the catalog. I can't remember. But I didn't have any white ribbon, except I stole this one, I think, out of another Paper Pumpkin. So they are all Stampin' Up products. They just might not be for regular sale. And I'm not going to be all fancy and do a bow, oops, but I will try to be straight. And I just put snail on the back of that, and I'm completely off here. I have to redo it, it's going to hurt my brain. Oh, it's so nice that it's not terrible. So yeah, it was just a little bit of snail on the back of the ribbon. I overlapped it a little bit. It's the back, no one's going to look at it. So that's how I did that. And then I'm just going to put our little cutout straight in the middle, slightly over. Oops. And I'm going to decorate it just like I decorated the other with the tiniest pearl. There, and a big one there, medium-sized one, and a small one. I think I really like the small little pearls, they're cute. And I'm getting a little extravagant with all the decorations, but I feel like I let you guys down a little bit because I didn't do a heck of a lot of stamping. Oh my goodness, they stick really well. Alright, so this is Friday's project. I hope you like my little goodie box. Thanks for stopping by and hope to see you again. Bye!